Great, thank you. I'm here during halftime with a very special guest, Tom Crawford, CEO, Dr. Crawford.
Tom, please, yeah.
From CEO of USA Ultimate, and obviously a lot of big news this week with the club restructuring as well as with the strategic plan. Just really briefly, give folks at home a little background on the restructuring for us if you can.
Okay, yeah, thanks. First, thanks for having me up. Really appreciate it. You guys are doing, as usual, a phenomenal job up here. We really appreciate it. It's exciting. So really exciting time for USA Ultimate right now. Strategic plan, 6 years, a lot of very interesting things packed into that after a lot of work with some smart people. And of course, one really important component of that is the new Triple Crown Tour, the club restructuring plan. And we're really excited about it. We think that it's a chance to tell the story a little bit better than we've been able to in the past, and also to put the sport on a bigger stage so that the general sports fan actually can tune in, follow, understand better than they have been able to in the past.
So obviously an opportunity to create some sort of standards around the regular season, if you will, the pre-series stuff, right, with a set number of tournaments. And you're looking to pull in some sponsors, now that we're going to hopefully have some more eyeballs on that. What's the game plan around sponsorships?
Yeah, so it's, the game plan is we'll do the best we can. And we think now that we have the kind of compelling story to tell that a sponsor in the past couldn't quite understand. So we've had sponsors say to us, for example, I can't get excited about Ironside Revolver. And television networks as well, by the way. We're making great progress on both of these fronts. So I'll try to wrap that together if I can. But when you talk about the Triple Crown Tour and you give them the brochure that we just created and we explain the season and it's Boston against San Francisco, then they're like, wow, and these teams are made up of what best athletes in the world. No kidding. Came out of our college program. They all understand the college program. So now with that kind of a story to tell, we can attract sponsors that in the past would have been like, I can't get it. I mean, I'm not sure how I'm going to sell my product into this marketplace and how I'm going to get exposure. So the simultaneous part of that is we're out now talking to major television partners about the possibility of putting us on a bigger and bigger stage.
So obviously that's great for USA Ultimate to be able to bring in sponsors and for the sport as a whole. Now we're asking a lot of these top teams and saying, hey, you have to travel to these events. Yeah. That's a pretty big cost on them. I mean, some of them are already doing a lot of that travel, but some of them aren't. How is USA Ultimate going to work with those top teams to help support them in those costs?
Great question. And we tried to be incredibly sensitive to the costs because these teams are all paid their way to get down here and they're staying in houses and hotels and paying those costs. So our long-term goal, and this is long-term, this is not short-term, is if we can keep getting the sport on a bigger and bigger stage, we start to reverse the current situation. Let's talk television first, where right now we have to do barter deals to get on TV. So we're spending money to get on TV. And that's to fulfill the #1 goal in our strategic plan going forward, which is national exposure to non-ultimate players, right? To get rid of me, get rid of Tom Crawford's, where there's no sport fan left out there that doesn't understand that this is a really exciting sport. And the way we do that is through exposure. Once the exposure gets big enough where the eyeballs get big enough, then the television goes from us having to do barter deals to them coming to us and doing rights deals. Once we get into that game, then we can start to drive the cost for the athletes and the teams down. Like other teams, or other leagues rather, you actually can start rewarding athletes and teams. We're a long way from that because there still aren't enough people following the sport. So that's one way. The other way is we're going to start offering prize money. And we're going to do that by charging admission. We're going to do that by a variety of new revenue streams, including the sponsors we talked about. And we'll take that money and we'll reward the teams that do well, so that it's, like a lot of other sports, the better you do, for now, the costs go down. And then hopefully not only do the costs go down, but you're actually able to maybe make a little bit of dough. That's going to take us some time.
Okay. Well, we have to wrap this off, but get off the stream for the first half here. Join us definitely for the second half. Thank you, Dr. Crawford, for sitting down with us. I have a bunch more questions. Hopefully we can sit down again tomorrow during the finals. And another wonderful event from USA Ultimate.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me, and let's hope for a great second half here.
Thank you.